Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M44, it's the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the northeast spawn of Glacier. And the name of the commander is SalMcKean. Now, SalMcKean is the brother of Lux Cassis and the son of Kento, and they're both members of What Arty Noobs, or at least they're both sent replays into What Arty Noobs. And I'm expecting that this is going to be rather an interesting battle. We've got an M44 in the Christmas wrapping. Don't often see the Christmas wrapping camouflage anymore. And there's a school bus on this team, and that means that this must be a tier 8 battle. Even though it's a tier 6 Arty, we're in a tier 8 battle because the SU-14-2 is a tier 8 Arty. Okay, we're going off through the trees. Oh, accidentally knocked one down there. But we're moving away from that fallen tree. And this is a good firing position. Okay, now we're looking at the enemy. And we've got a Progetto 46 in the centre. Oh, he fired a quick round in there. A snatch round. It was close to the 46, but it wasn't close enough to get some stun. But we've got a Stura Mill and a T-25 sitting up there at the tank destroyer alley, or the tank destroyer lookout, you might say. Lining up a shot in the Stura Mill. Rounds out. Should be a good shot. Oh, it was! It was a direct hit on the enemy. Actually, the first round that landed just in front, I think, was one of the other Arties on our team. Because there is an M12 on this team as well. And I think the one that hit the target was SalMcKean. He fires a quick round at the M6. It lands short. Right, we've got an AMX 1375 there, tier 7 French light tank with a 75mm gun. Very lightly armoured though. If you can hit it, you can do a lot of damage to it. But he's going for the M6 and he gets a hit. 154 hit points, and he's down to 17% of his health now. He's backing away around that corner. Now the AMX 1375 again, he's still there, lining up a shot. Oh, we fired it long. It went in behind the AMX 1375, but it still stunned him. Still stunned him. He's pulling back. Still trying to go for that 1375. If we can get around near him, we can do a lot of damage to him. Fires another round in, bit late. Yep, it's a bit late. You need to fire him with enough lead on the M40, on the a target that's at that distance, because it's about 2 seconds away, you see, in flight time for the shell. So you have to think about 2 seconds of movement, how long it would take for the vehicle to move that far, or how far would the tank go in that time. Okay, we've got a Tiger 1. He's just suddenly appeared in the perimeter road, going around the outside of the map. Fires a round in, and he got a hit! There was no explosion, so he definitely hit the target. He's marked the spot, and there's an M4A3 Easy 2, the Super Jumbo. He's almost reloaded, going to go for a shot on him. He looks like he's been tracked. Rounds out, and gets a direct hit. 213 hit points. Now we've switched back to the entrance to the aircraft carrier. There's a Progetto up there, but he's aiming the other way, and I think that's because the heavies on our team have managed to make it around the northwest corner, and they're coming out the other side. Now we're going for that AMX 1375, and it's a kill shot. 286 hit points, and unfortunately it's T150 on our team. Kento, SalMcKean's dad, was just killed by the enemy there. And he was killed by the enemy Arty as well, would you believe it? Now there's that Stura Mill, and he's using that wrecked battleship as cover. And so's that T-25-2, is using the upturned wreck, the capsized wreck. So we're going to aim at the Stura Mill, wait for him to come out because he's an open-topped tank destroyer. Going for the Borsig, round out. And a direct hit again! Now we've lost sight of him, so we're going to go for the Progetto, who's managed to make it over the gap. Or has he gone all the way round? I think he's gone all the way round. He's trying to attack this P43 turret from behind. We're lining up a shot. Going to wait until the P43 turret's either killed or manages to win that duel, and the Progetto's now killed him. Well, in fact, actually, it was the M44 and the enemy team that managed to get our P43 turret, but the Progetto was killed by our Charioteer. Well, that means the enemy has now got the northwest corner of the map, because the T25-2, the Borsig and the Stura Mill are the defenders on that side, but there's nobody around that side of the map, and I don't know if they know that they've got it, but they probably don't. They may not know, but the Tiger's just gone down to our Su-14-2, the school bus. And there is a heavy tank number 6 coming up close to our cap area. But we've got a Hellcat defending that area and a Churchill gun carrier. Now, even though SalMcKean's pulling back a bit, and he'll need to pull back if he's going to fire short at that heavy tank, because the heavy tank is just over a rise, a very short distance, and if he's firing over a hill, it becomes very difficult to fire at short-range targets. Yeah, he tried there moving or jiggling the reticule to see if he could get a shot, and there's no shot because the hill that he's behind is in the way. But luckily there are 2 tank destroyers in close range, and there's a Charioteer who's a little way off, but he can obviously take out the Tiger, and he's coming up behind the Tiger now, and I'm sure that Tiger's about to die. The heavy tank's about to die. There's the Stura Mill, so they didn't go round the northwest corner, they come in directly, and unfortunately it just killed our Hellcat, but we fire around in, and the Emil is taken out by the Churchill gun carrier. The heavy tank number 6 has been badly damaged, and he's just been killed. He's just been taken out by our Charioteer. So SalMcKean doesn't have to move after all. He was thinking about relocating, but what we can use now is we can use the T25-2 to spot for us at long range, and we can use the Churchill gun carrier and the Charioteer to spot at short range if the T25-2 and the Rheinmetall Borsig on the enemy team make their way to our cap. And I think it's a fair bet the T25-2 is going to spot the enemy Arty. There are still 6 members of the enemy team, 3 tank destroyers, 3 Arty. The Arty is an M40, M43, a Lorraine 155-50 and an M44, and I think that may have been a negligent discharge. I think he may have accidentally fired that round and not intended to. But there is a T25-2 near our cap. And the Charioteer obviously is defending with the Churchill gun carrier. If they fail to destroy the T25-2, we may have to go to tank destroyer mode or shotgun mode to take him out. There he is. We haven't got a shot because we've got the hill in the way. But the T25-2 is wiped out by our Churchill gun carrier. And he's now got 2 kills. There's the enemy M44. Okay, round out. Should be a direct hit. Oh, it misses. How can that miss? That's RNG for you, I'm afraid. That is really, really, really not on. But we've seen one of the enemy tank destroyers at the back. I think the M44 will still be in that corner. Pretty sure he is. Just behind the house. Just needs to fire around in. Oh, there's the Borsig. The Borsig's taking in the our guys. We fire around at the Borsig. Get a hit. 177 hit points there, that's useful, and the Borsig's taken out by our school bus. Right, now we've got a bit closer to the hill, and I think actually we could sit up on top of the hill. We could perch on it now because there doesn't appear to be any enemy nearby. There's the M44, and a round goes in and damages him, but he's taken out a moment later by our T54 first prototype. Now, just a question of where the remaining Arty are, the M40 and the Lorraine 155-50. The Hellcat was seen just around that corner as well, so I suspect he's probably still defending the cap area. Charioteer's getting close. Churchill gun carrier appears to be moving through the northwest corner. Of course, he's not going to be very handy for a little long while because it's going to take some time to get over. Oh, one of the Artys has just overturned their vehicle. And he's actually died by overturning, so he must have accidentally flipped. And we fire around in at the Hellcat, and it's going to be late, but oh my god, he's still got the kill! Splash kill! And there's the M40, he's been spotted. He's up on top of that hill, he's gone down the other side for protection, but he is now spotted, and we fire around at the M40, and oh, he dies to the T54 first prototype before our shell arrives. But you can be sure our shell would have killed him for sure the moment later. Oh dear. But look at the end result. It's an ace tanker for SalMcKean in the M44. And this was a new record. He hasn't had an ace tanker on the M44 before. That's why it's got that little underline underneath. Shows it's the first time you've got this award. He also picked up his first mark of excellence on the M44. And that's a really good sign. Shows that he's getting a degree of proficiency with this Arty. He picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 21. And a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else. At least 6 tanks, then subsequently taken out by others. And of course he would have managed to get that last kill if only the first prototype hadn't taken him out first. And it was a win 8 of 4-3-4-5 during that battle. So let's have a look at team scores. Well, when it came to damage, it was the T-54 first prototype who managed to get the highest amount. He got 2,507 hit points of damage. Charioteer managed 2218, and then we've got the Progetto 46 on the enemy team with 2159. SalMcKean managed 1,992 hit points of damage during that battle, and then came the M43 on the enemy team with 1,336. When it came to kills, it was the school bus who managed to do the best. He managed to get 4 kills, and of course he was picking up targets that was damaged by SalMcKean. Then came the T-54 Mod 1 with 3 kills, and then the Charioteer and SalMcKean managed 2 apiece along with the Churchill gun carrier. The best the enemy could do was their Progetto 46 and the Lorraine, who managed 2 kills apiece. So let's have a look at the base XP. And when you look at base XP, because this was a tier 8 game and SalMcKean was firing at tier 8 targets, he managed to pick up so much more base XP from that battle. He managed to get 1,139. Then came the T-54 with 1,054, and then the Charioteer with 893. So let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 20 rounds during the battle. He got 7 direct hits, 7 penetration and 7 splash. Damage of 1,992 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 9 of the enemy, 3/5 of the enemy team, and killed 2 of them. So there was a 7 difference. Obviously, if he had got that last hit in and killed the last enemy, then the M40, then he obviously would have had a difference still of 6, and that probably would have still given him the Confederate, but he might have shared the Confederate with somebody else. He managed to get also 863 hit points of stun assistance off 12 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 29,909 credits, and after ammunition resupply, still took away 19,809 credits, and that's still a good score. He received 1 bond for the Confederate, and he got base XP of 1,139. There was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. But I'm sure he will be very pleased to get his first ace tanker and his first mark of excellence on the barrel. From now on in, I'm sure there'll be many more of these, and now he's got to go for 2 of these. And that's a different prospect altogether, because it takes a lot more effort to get the second mark up. So thanks for sending in this replay, Sal, and congratulations for getting those awards. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.